Hi guys and welcome back. Today's video I'm going to be going through the full job list of everything that I hope to complete on the Fiesta and get it all done and finished. Job 1 is the near side door mirror interior trim plate. That's missing, and on both sides the levers are also missing as well. I've got a couple of these levers already. I bought them for the RS 1800 and didn't end up putting them on. Job 2 is the speedo. It jumps up and down quite badly between 10 and 30 mile an hour. It could be a cable, it could be the gear inside the gearbox, but that's going to take some investigation and I need to get that fixed as well because it's quite annoying when you're driving. Job 3 is the stereo. The guy who I bought the car off the other week whipped it out before I got there, so I'm going to have to get a standard stereo for it. I think in these ones it were a 2006 RDS, so I'm going to keep a lookout for them and probably get one off Graham. Job 4 is the rear seatbelt trims. The front seat belts, the rear of them going to the rear quarters, a black little trim that sits around them, and they're missing just on one side, so I'm going to try and get a set of them as well. I don't know whether I'm just going to be able to get them on their own because they're usually sold with the whole quarter panel that goes in the rear of the car, but we'll soon find out anyway. Job 5 is the front seats. I've got to take out the Fiesta RS Turbo Recaras and put in the XR2i wingbacks. There's a few trim clips and one of the reclining wheels hasn't got its insert in as well. That always falls off. So I'm going to have to go and find them out of another car from a breaker's yard. The Recaro wheels are different to the ones like the XR2i wingbacks. They're just a standard wheel, so I should be able to pick them up pretty well. As with the clips, I should be able to pop them off a scrap car as well. Number 6 is the rear wiper. The cap's missing off it, so I may as well get the full unit, the actual arm and the cap, and bolt it on and get it working. I think there's a dodgy earth at the back that's stopping that from working at the moment. Job 7's to take off that massive forward badge off the back and replace it with another one. If I could get my hands on an old light blue one, I will. I'm definitely not going to be buying a brand new light blue one because I'll never pay that amount of money for a forward badge, so if I can't, it's just going to have to be a dark blue one. Job 8 is to get a replacement XR2i badge from the back and put it in the centre where it belongs and not straight down at the bottom and to the left. That's another thing that absolutely drives me potty on the back of the car. If that was sat in the middle, it'd be spot on, but that's going to have to come off and a new one's going to have to be bought. Number 9 is the near side front headlamp. Someone's had a go at it and smashed it. It's taped up at the moment. There should be plenty of them available, so I'm going to get one of them picked up from the breaker's yard too. Job number 10 is the bonnet. It's currently got a Fiesta RS Turbo bonnet on with the vents in. I wanted to keep this at first, but thinking about it a little bit more, I want to put the standard bonnet on, so I'm either going to find a new one and get it sprayed or switch for a black one and get that swapped over. Job number 11 is the front indicators. These cars came with clear indicators. It's got aftermarket ones on at the moment. One is cracked and I think the other one's got a hole in it, so I'm going to go and try and find a set of genuine forward ones from a breaker's yard and then get them installed on the car. Job number 12 are the side repeaters. It's got smoke ones on at the moment, which I absolutely hate. So I want some genuine forward amber side repeaters, which the car had on at standard, and I'm going to get them from a breaker's yard. They do sell them brand new. I think they're $11.99 on eBay, but I'm going to try and save a bit of money and get some used ones. Job 13 is the wheels. It's currently got Mark 5 or Mark 6 14-inch 7-spoke wheels on. They don't look too bad. They have grown on me a little bit as I've seen the car more and more, but I have managed to get a standard set of XR2i alloy wheels and they're currently being powder coated, so they should be ready soon so I can get some new tyres on and get them put on the car. Job number 14 is the rear view mirror. The one that's currently in the car isn't right for the car. It's not got an arm on it which lowers the mirror down so you can look through it without tilting your neck back. I'll be able to get one of them from a breaker's yard. They're quite expensive, brand new on eBay, and I'll just need to make sure I get a proper sticky pad as well for it. Job 15 is to remove the old sound system cables that run to the boot of the car. I can see them in the footwells of the car and I can see them in the boot as well. There are some standard forward speakers in the rear of the car that need wiring in and all the wires just neaten up a little bit. It should be a pretty easy job and I'll probably do that when I take the seats out, take all the trims out and whip them cables out. Job number 16 is the bonnet stay. When you open the bonnet up, there should be a plastic clip what the bonnet stay goes into to keep the bonnet held up. That's missing. I have got a new one for it. I found it in the pocket of the door and that needs to be put in. It does come with quite a long screw, but I know from past experience that should be riveted in, so I'm going to put a rivet in and make sure that bonnet stays nice. Job number 17 is the battery tray. I thought I was going to have this removed and a fresh one welded in and all done properly, but on closer inspection I've noticed it's just a bit of surface rust, so I'm going to take that battery out, I'm going to clean it all back, I'm going to put some rust treatment in, I'm going to zinc prime it, and then I'm going to spray it with some matte black paint and it should be like new. I'm just going to have to source the actual clamp and the bolt that hold the battery in place because at the moment it's been held in with cable ties. Job number 18 is to remove the K&N air filter because it makes the car sound absolutely horrendous when you're driving it. It makes it sound really, really loud, so I just need to source an original air box, and hopefully underneath there should still be the actual air box holder or mount, whatever you want to call it, but that definitely needs doing. Job 19 is the rust. There's a tiny little bit on the offside front corner of the wing. There's the bit around the sunroof, and there's a tiny bit in the boot as well. There's also a slight scratch on the driver's rear quarter that needs sorting out. So I think I'm going to take the car over to the body shop and get a price for it all. If it comes back at a stupid price, the bit on the wing at the front doesn't need to be done, but I'm definitely going to get the bit around the sunroof done. It's not leaking at this point. It's just started coming through slightly, and whenever that happens, it's just best to get it done, pay the money and get it sorted. Job 20 is the pop-out rear windows. I don't know if I'm going to keep these or not yet. If I can get a nice set of glass and some newish rubbers, I might take them out and replace them. But if not, I'm going to have to take the caps off anyway, sand them down and respray them. They've all rusted over time and they'll look $1 million better if they're all sprayed up matte black and put back in. Job 21 is the coolant leak. I've had the car stored now for a couple of weeks. When I picked the car up, I noticed that the coolant was a bit low, and it's always a sign that there's something going a bit amiss when there's a tub of coolant in the boot of the car as well. But the car's been left now for 2 weeks, and I've gone there today and the reservoir's actually dry. There's still coolant in the system. I've topped it up, I've topped it back up to maximum. I've driven the car, it heats up nice, it stays in the normal zone, the fan kicks in, cools the car perfectly. So I think there's just a bit of a leak going on there. I've topped it up to maximum. I'm going to leave the car again now till next weekend when I carry all the jobs out, and I'm going to check on it again. But I've had a quick inspection today with a torch, and I think it might be coming from the thermostat housing. It doesn't look like there seems to be a gasket there, or the gasket might be failing. So I'm going to have a good look at that and make sure I can fix that leak. Job 22 is the horn. I keep forgetting about this, but I've been driving the car today and a lorry cut in front of me and I pressed it. It didn't work, and it reminded me that that needs to be fitted back in. The wires are snapped, so it requires soldering and shrink wrapping properly. And then I have a horn working again. It won't go through another MOT without a horn, so it definitely needs fixing, but it's quite an easy job to do. So there you go. That's 22 jobs that I've got to carry out on the Fiesta to get it looking mint again and driving mint. I can't wait to get stuck into it. It's not a major project. There's not a massive amount of things that need doing to it, but I'm still really looking forward to doing it. I hope you're going to enjoy the videos as they come along. As I always say with them, hit that subscribe button down below, hit the like button, any comments, slap them in the comment section below. I reply to every single one of them. I get notifications on my phone, and I always think it's fair to reply with either whether they're good or bad. I always make sure I reply. Thanks for everyone who keeps coming back and watching these videos as well. I seem to be peaking at the moment where I'm getting more and more views. So just a big thank you to everyone who keeps coming back and everyone who's subscribed as well. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.